we briefly looked at the different sections in the resume. Now let's analyze each of these sections to see what information we can get from them. Let us divide the sections of the resume into two, a personal section and a technical section. So the personal section is where you get information about the personal details of the candidate. So you get these information from the objectives, from the educational qualifications, the personal details. In fact, if you look at the educational qualifications and personal details, there are some areas where if you observe closely, you can have a very meaningful discussion with the candidate. Then the technical areas. So the technical skills section, the organizations worked for, the period for which the candidate has worked in the organization, the details of the project in terms of the clients, the roles, the duration of the projects, the description of the project, the responsibilities held by the candidate, the technologies and the environment worked on. So all these fall into the technical category. So you need to identify the personal traits and the technical traits before you can say, okay, now what areas will the candidate fit in? What skills and attitudes or attributes does the candidate bring to the table? So in this section, we will primarily look at the personal details. The technical details we will look at in subsequent lessons. So in this section, we will look at the technical details. How do you actually assess the technical details as a recruiter? We look specifically at the experience summary and the technical skill summary and what information does it give you as a recruiter. Let us understand the experience summary section of the resume. So experience summary is the section where the candidate mentions a summary of the experience that he or she has gained over a period of years. So this is usually put in by experienced IT people. So here they, of all the projects that they have worked on, they will mention what is the gist of what they have done, that is in terms of the roles, the responsibilities, the technologies worked. So this is a very high level summary that will give you an indication of what the candidate has done. So in this case, if you look at it, it says involved in software development and release. So which shows that the candidate has been involved in software development. He has used EJBs, done something on J2EE platform, worked on struts, worked on J2EE. So there is a lot of jargon in there, technical jargon, and also something related to responsibilities, involved in bug fixing, unit testing. So in order to understand the technical aspects, be it the experience summary or any other details, you will have to know SDLC, which is the software development lifecycle. So once you know that, then you'll be able to sort of classify what these technologies are and what the roles are. So experience summary gives the overall perspective of what the candidate has done. So this is by no means comprehensive. So to get more details of what this experience involves, you have to look at the project details, which we will look at in subsequent sections. So the experience summary gives a summary of what roles, what responsibilities the candidate has carried out in the past years of experience in the industry. Please remember that this is just a summary. Based on this, you cannot judge as to what the person has done. So the onus is on you to find out the details of how these responsibilities have been carried out. And where do you get this information from? It is in the project details, which you have to analyze further. So we'll discuss about project details and analysis in subsequent sessions. So next we will look at the technical skills summary and what information does it give and does it lead or mislead us. Let us now understand the technical skills or the technologies skills summary section. So this again is summary. So if you look at this, it will have almost all the types of technologies that are available in the IT industry today. So it will have something related to operating system and the platform, programming skills, the scripting skills, the database, the technologies, etc. etc. So if you look at this, candidate has mentioned OS and the platform and mentioned that worked on Windows. It should be Windows, not Window, and Unix. Programming skills is Core Java 1.5. Then J2E technologies, servlets, JSP, etc. So if you look at this technical skills, it gives a wow feeling. Oh, this is excellent. So it looks like if I'm looking for a person who has worked in Java, then this is probably the right resume. But please don't be misled by this technology skills and the experience summary. So usually if you look at the technical skills, the summary part of it, what candidates usually mentioned is the technologies that are used in the project. Please note my words, which have been used in the project. So used is different from worked on. For example, so here if you look at this, candidate has mentioned OS and platform and Windows. So the candidate in this case has used Windows probably, but then has not done anything specific to the Windows operating system. So similarly, if you look at the database, the Oracle 98NG, what has the person done in this? That is very important. So as a developer, how has this person used the database? Now even though servlets, JSP, EJB are mentioned, have all these been used by the candidate in the project, or they have just been used in the project? See the difference? Has the candidate actually done some work on it, or has this been done as a group in the project? So it's like 10 people working on a project. So some of them may have used some of these technologies, but the candidate to whom you are speaking to may not have actually done anything on it. So those details are again things which you get from the projects, from the project details. And when you look at these technical skills, you may find that okay, some of these skills, some of these technologies you have never heard of, or you don't know what it is. So you have to find out as to what this technology is before you actually go and do more analysis. In one of the subsequent sections, we will look at how you actually analyze a technology or a skill from the recruiter point of view. We're not looking at you to do actual development or any such thing, but then to be able to understand the technology, place it in the right place in the SDLC so that you can have a meaningful dialogue with the candidate and see if there's a match with the requirement. So to summarize, the technical skill summary gives the technologies or skills that has been used in the projects for all those projects which the candidate has worked on. In fact, some of these skills and technologies may be something which have not been used, something which the candidate has learned. So the candidate may or may not have worked on these technologies or on all of these technologies. So that is something which you have to find out from the projects. So again, please don't be misled by what is mentioned in the technical skills summary or the experience summary. You have to go by the projects and then see if it maps to the technical skills. So summarizing the learnings, the technical summary is composed of experience summary and technical skills summary. The experience summary gives the summary of the work done, highlights some of the key points of the experience gained, the responsibilities handled. And the technical skills section mentions the technologies and skills that have been used in the project. Please note the words used in the project. Not all of these skills and technologies may be related to the work done by the candidate. So essentially, to get more details, more insights into the experience summary, the technical skills, you have to go into the details of the project and then find out more of what the candidate has done. Now that you have an understanding of the summary of the experience in the technical skills, we will go into the next big step, which is analyzing the projects that the candidate has done as mentioned in the resume.